So the Clone Wars has come to an end. The dark shadow of the Empire rises to take its place, and you're thirsty for more Star Wars animation. You've probably heard of Star Wars Rebels, and you might have even started it at some point. But as I think that most of the series is absolutely amazing, some of it is not so great, and doesn't really contribute much to the overall story in the end. Mostly in the first few seasons, there's some episodes that you could really cut out, and those are the episodes that sort of turn people away from the show at first. Well, welcome to Cunan's Cove. I am Cunan, and today I'm going to be breaking down my Star Wars Rebels Essential Episode Guide. Now, before we get into it, if you're not familiar with the story of Star Wars Rebels, I'll quickly give you a brief synopsis here. Skip to this time code in the video to cut right to the guide. Star Wars Rebels to me is an essential part of the Star Wars experience, but to watch it, I really recommend you watch the Clone Wars series first. I also have a Clone Wars series guide on my channel, so go ahead and check that out up in the corner or down in the description if you haven't seen the series already. But if you have seen the Clone Wars, or if you just don't care, let's get into Star Wars Rebels. Now, Star Wars Rebels follows a small group of rebels as they watch the Rebel Alliance grow before their eyes, leading the show sort of directly into the events of Rogue One. The show was created by the people who were originally working on the Clone Wars, but once Disney acquired Lucasfilm, they canceled the Clone Wars, so these guys moved on to this show. So Rebels was kind of their way of wrapping up some Clone Wars storylines before the Clone Wars was, eventually revitalized. Our small group of rebels features the young, Force-sensitive Ezra Bridger as his planet is slowly being taken over by the Empire, the skilled rebel pilot Hera Syndulla and her droid Chopper, the Mandalorian warrior Sabine Wren, the last of his species, thanks to the Empire, Zeb, and last but not least, my personal favorite, former Jedi Padawan from the Clone Wars, Kanan Jarrus. The story mainly follows the formation of the Rebel Alliance, with some Clone Wars and Imperial occupation of Mandalore stories here and there, all weaving together these characters' stories. So a quick disclaimer before we get into the guide. This guide was made by me. Now, I am a huge Star Wars fan, but that does mean that this list is fan-made, so whether that's a good thing or bad thing to you, take that with a grain of salt. So let's get into it. Unlike my Clone Wars episode guide, link in the corner, I just have one guide for this. The series in its entirety is about 75 episodes and would take 30 hours to watch completely. With my guide, we cut off a third of that, leaving us with 50 episodes, taking about 19 hours and 34 minutes to watch. So if you wanted to, you could watch all of the essentials of Star Wars Rebels in less than one day. Which, if anyone ends up doing that, please let me know, because that's freaking awesome. So I won't be breaking down each individual episode here. Unlike the Clone Wars, Rebels is not an anthology series, so there's no need to restructure the order of the episodes because it's already in order. I just need to tell you what you need to watch and what you don't need to watch. So to view the exact episode-by-episode guide, I have a link in the description to a spreadsheet I made, just like my Clone Wars episode guide. So feel free to follow along with the spreadsheet. Now in Season 1, you're only going to be watching 5 episodes out of the total 15 that are available. Season 1 of Rebels was the first thing that Disney released after they acquired Star Wars, so it's kind of apparent that they were still trying to find their footing here. It initially aired on Disney XD, so it might seem a little bit kiddish here and there, especially compared to the Clone Wars, but thanks to my guide, I cut out most of the unnecessary stuff and keep what you really need to know. We introduce the main characters and the story for the season, and wrap it up all within a few episodes. Come Season 2, you'll be watching 13 episodes out of the available 22. Things start to get really good in this season, bringing in some legacy characters from the original trilogy, as well as the Clone Wars. Now in Season 3, you'll be watching 17 episodes out of the available 22. The more we get into it, the more necessary each and every episode becomes. Now in Season 4, you'll be watching 14 episodes out of the available 15. So you can pretty much just watch the whole season, but if you really want to save time, I have cut out one episode in there for you. Now I have tested this guide, and in my experience, once you get through those first 5 episodes of Season 1, it's pretty easy to get hooked to the show. Season 1 is really the big season that threw a lot of people off and turned them away because it was a Disney XD show. But along the way, it did regain some of the strengths that the Clone Wars series had. So hopefully you found my guide useful. Now that they're continuing a lot of these stories in shows like The Mandalorian, a lot of the stories from these animated shows are really gonna be there to help strengthen your experience watching future Star Wars content. So let me know if you use the guide, let me know if you like it, let me know if you don't like it, let me know if you hate me. And I'll see you all next time on Cunan's Cove.